Here's the screen. Here's Lynn. Ellington grabs the miss. Brooklyn trailing. Johnson in the corner. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. The three. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game one tonight. Yeah, very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Sloan. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Lopez. Got a piece of it. Johnson against Batum. And the pass to Lynn. Back to Batum. On the wing, Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lynn. And the shot no good, a bit short. Now for the Hornets, they seemed to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that and were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And, you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Really left alone that time.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look. And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch four.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kid Gilchrist is checked in, and the Nets also making a change. Reed's checked in. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Ellington.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Lamb, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lamb's got 5 points so far. Well, the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Thaddeus Young missing his last shot. Corner shot, and Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Lynn. And now a 9-point Hornets lead for Brooklyn. They've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Sloan dishes to Reed. It's 2-on-1. And here they go. Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot off.
And Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Lopez ended up coming off the bench for the Nets for a stretch last season. There was a lot of debate, Clark, if that was the right role for him.
Kevin, clearly there were differing opinions because as soon as it happened, every GM called Brooklyn up to see if Lopez was available.
Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of Clark ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch back to the basket moves, facing up, makes free throws. Good offensive rebounder, capable passer. Oh, he just makes things happen.
And a little luck that time, but it drops. Lopez has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Now Now here's Lamb. Ellington defending. Lamb, good.
And talking about Lopez, he does clean the glass on the offensive end. He was 12th in offensive rebounds last year. However, he was 44th in defensive rebounds. That's one important area he definitely has to work on.
And Young kicks to Sloan. Feeds it to Lopez. 6 to shoot. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, getting back to Lopez, how good is it to have a guy with his offensive package also be a near top 10 shot blocker for you? That's what he was last season and several seasons before that. He's an all-star talent if he can just stay on the court and stay healthy. Well, Lopez has been great. He's got 11 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
And he hasn't been afraid to draw a little bit of contact on his way to the basket. Some guys shy away from that.
Kemba Walker is checked in for the Hornets. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Shane Larkin's checked in for Donald Sloan. Walker's shot is off. Nets trail by 5. Here's Larkin. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. It's Young on the wing. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line. And that's a must-do when you're down.
Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for the Hornets. Zeller comes in for Williams. Young passes to Larkin. To the paint, screened by Young. Now here's Lamb. His last outing, he had 8 points. Takes a 3. No luck. Nets trail by 4. Larkin dishes to Bargnani. It's Brown on the wing. He feeds it to Larkin. Here's Karasov, and he gets it to go from the corner.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall.
Hornets have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Now Walker, 7 points in the game. Over to the wing. Plenty of space. Brooklyn with the rebound. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Here's Karasov. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Walker, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah,
Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. So let's groove tonight, Kevin. And matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want.
Now here's Hansbrough. He dishes it to Lamb. Looking to end the drought. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
Actually had the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Lamb. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for the Nets. Larkin kicks to Karasov. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
Now, here's Walker. 7 points in the game. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. The three-pointer, no good.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Nets was able to update me on the situation. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. That is going to make things very hard on them in what is still a very young season. Hopefully, as early as it is, he has time to recover and help this team down the road. Guys?
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
You know, pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
Now, here's Walker. The second effort, and Kid Gilchrist lays it in. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 points this quarter.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Here's Karasov. He's got 8. And it's Brown missing. And here's Walker. Pick by Zeller. Walker the pass to Zeller. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Zeller's got his first 2 points. 35 seconds left now here in the second. Pick by Bargnani. Larkin dishes to Bargnani. And it's Bargnani again missing.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Walker goes in. Outside, Batum. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. And it's a 7-point Hornets lead. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. To halt the run. That's tipped. Outside, Walker. And Shane Larkin gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Substitution.
And a wide open look for Walker. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got his 4th assist in this one.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
And that does it for the first half of play. Hornets ahead. They finish off the second quarter with a 13-3 run. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. What is foremost in your mind going up against these guys tonight?
You know, I've just been trying to be aggressive, really attack the rim, and my guys have been giving me great looks right by the basket where I can finish.
Brooke, thank you very much. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
They ran into a buzzsaw, and it was on full blast. And once they fell behind, the crowd got into it, and it seemed that they lost a lot of confidence. They started pressing, forcing things, and it made it worse. So in the second half, relax, man.
That does it for halftime as the game is just about set to get going again. We send you back to Kevin Harlan and crew for the third quarter.